My good man, what's the latest?
Good morning to you, Romeo Busiku, and of course my friend Gilbert Kadio there, because we know that the NIN numbers, the NIN is really crucial for those who are waiting for the Nabanja message. I'm talking about the 100,000. I know he's trying his level best and the team to sort that out. But in the city center, right here in front of the Benchwanuka Street at the minimum price, behind me are still the arcades that are under lock and key because of the lockdown. We are now counting 26 days of the lockdown, but one key sector of the economy are the traders. They are hurting just like many of us who are in the lockdown. But I want to understand from the man himself, Abel Mwesije, the Kampala City Traders Association, Uganda CEO, Chief Executive Officer, to understand the pain of the traders. How are they hurting, just like many of us, and what their demands are as we move towards the 42 days of the lockdown. Good morning to you, Abel.
Good morning. Good morning, viewers. I'm Abel Mwesije, and I'm the CEO of KACITA, Uganda. Glad to be on the morning show. Thank you.
Just take us through the pain, because I know many people are facing hard times. Many government is trying to reach out to some people. But for the trader, those who are occupying these arcades, what are they telling you? How are they coping up with this lockdown?
It's definitely not easy at all, as we can witness. I mean, all buildings are sealed off, and besides the buildings, all entrances are sealed off. We hardly have anyone in here. But all these shops that you're looking at, they have their occupants, their owners. And especially where we are in the city center, you'll find that every shop, you'll find more than 5 to 10 people. So that means all that population is at home seated. When you look at top of these buildings, those are not shops, as I mentioned yesterday. All these are stores, which stores have been employing people. So definitely, whoever has been around here, whether a shop owner or an employee, or there are many other people. So they are all affected, definitely. They are home seated, so they are not doing anything. There is great pain that we are having.
There are some whom I know are dealing in cosmetics, others selling bread, cakes, and the like, that easily go bad. Have you tried to voice their concerns to maybe the powers that be, that maybe these people should be late into these buildings and get their products out?
Thank you so much. Now, as you witness, most of these buildings, we do have cosmetics. We do have many other products that do expire. Right down there in Container Village, okay, we have agricultural inputs, yeah, for animals, veterinary things that do go expire. Now, all those are actually harbored in these shops, meaning if the lockdown is actually lifted up, as I mentioned, you never know where these products are going to end up, because we've not been granted access to at least restore them. The most hurting part is that we have demand out there. Clients are looking for these products here, okay? Stores are full, but we have no access to them. So definitely they are going to go bad, and those who are weak-hearted will end up, of course, distributing them, which will eventually cost the consumers, they cost the country, and we are fearing corona, but now those ones might end up actually damaging people's lives. Yes.
I also want to understand, you make these pleas to, I know you wrote, for example, you wrote a letter to the Kampala RCC, Hussein, but just want to understand, what did he say? And also you have Kampala Minister, you have the Lord Mayor, you have the COVID-19 national team. What are these people? Are they even concerned that there is a lot of money coming out of these arcades?
Oh, yes, they are concerned. And when we made our petitions, they were acknowledged, they received them. But then the feedback that we got, which is actually true, is that an RCC may not come here and say, instruct a landlord to open. So there has to be a dialogue, which right now we are engaged in, okay? The ministers, there are several stakeholders that are coming on board. Definitely, for security purposes, a landlord is going to tell you, I cannot open my building because, there could be vandalism. So that's why the petitions that we made were received. and they were reviewed. So right now there is dialogue that is going on between landlords, those authorities, KACITA ourselves, to see how best we can restore these people. Because these are valid points. Yes.
When you talk about the talks going on between the tenants and the landlords, does this also imply that you're also talking about also these 42 days or even 2 months for that sake, that they are going to give you a tax, or maybe rather they are not going to charge you the rent for these 2 months?
Now, when we talk of dialogues that we are having, they are quite civil. And of course, when we talk of rent, now, as these buildings are closed, you don't expect them to be working, and so they are not earning.
The reason I'm asking you, because last time, the first lockdown, 2020, we saw the landlords, the stiff battles between the landlords and the tenants, and you ended up paying these landlords because they couldn't open them. What are they saying this time round?
Now, previously, not all landlords actually made people to pay, because we still had dialogues, as you're mentioning. There are areas where we succeeded, and there are some landlords who completely waived off that rent. There are others who made them pay in installments, others reduced 2-3 months. So even this time around, that's why we are engaging. You see, these landlords, they're individuals, so they make individual decisions. So as we dialogue for these people to access these goods, definitely we are also making those dialogues of, okay, after the lockdown, how should we treat these people who are not working?
These could be, the landlords could be human, but talking about authorities like URA, Uganda Revenue Authority, they have to get the returns from you. This is the time that you should have been able to have filed the returns. And they are saying they're not listening to this. You can even go online. What is going to happen? Because the traders are not doing any business, but URA the taxman is knocking on the door, waiting for the tax money.
One thing that we have learned as KACITA Uganda is putting things on record. It's true, this was the time for filing our returns. But as you can witness, all these buildings, all these shops, they are harboring our records. All invoices are in there. All receipts are in there. In fact, even our tools, computers and whatever, they are all in there, so we can't access them. Now, we put it on record and petitioned URA and explained to them that, why we cannot be able to file returns. The good thing they acknowledged, and this is a policy matter. So we even petitioned Finance Ministry. So it's now upon how we handle this collectively. If URA tomorrow comes and he's issuing penalties after we actually petitioned, then we have a cause to address, because they are aware.
But can't you just wait for these 42 days? Because not only traders, but everyone is hurting wherever they are. And previously we had that the traders were also trying to stage a demonstration. These 42 days, can't you just wait for them to elapse so that you can resume business if things go the way they are moving now?
Now, we are patient enough. We have nothing to do, we have to wait. But under what circumstance? That's why we are saying, as we are home, just as a point of reference, there are some people who left their merchandise, their valuables, including money, by the way, in these shops. So sitting home wouldn't be a problem if someone is sustaining his family, is sustaining livelihood, okay? But this is why we are saying, we've adapted to this technology.
Okay, mudakiikemu manyi waliwo abasuubuzi bangi nnyo bawulira Luganda. Kikyo bagamba mu ssaawa eno nga tuli mu nnaku 26 ez'omuggalo. Kikyo bagamba n'abakulembeze kikyo bagamba mudakiika ng'eno.
Mbuzi kisookera ddala abakulembeze nti sisuubira nti nabo basanyufu okulaba ng'ebizimbe bino biggale, ebintu byaffe bivunda, ate nga byo bimala okuvunda ng'omugalo guweddewo. Abamu ab'emitima eminafu oba n'obusungu bayinza omaliriza ng'ebintu ebyo ate bagenze maaso ne babitunda ne byonoona oba ne bita abantu. Ekyokubiri nti tusaba batugulirewo abantu baakusesinga ebintu nga yadde tukyali mu mugalo basobole okubitunda ku mitimbagano, basobole okufuna obulamu obukola butya. Ate ekirala nti ne balandlords balaba ffenna tuli mu mugalo, kati bwe tunaaba tuguddewo ng'enteeseganya bwe zigenda mu maaso, osuubira otya omuntu okufuna renti ng'ali waka talina kyakulya, edduuka liggale? nsaba nti ku mulundi guno ne gavumenti ne landlords naffefe n'abasuubuzi tubeere n'emitima egibalirira abantu egirumirirwa abantu tusobole okubeerawo ffenna.
Webale nnyo Ebo Mwesige akulira Senkulu, the Chief Executive Officer of KACITA Uganda, and these has been highlighting the many issues that are happening here in the city, the plight and the pain of the traders here in Kampala. Now, Stephen Ibidon Chibuga with Collins Muhwez on the camera down here in the city center. We're going to be handing you back to Romeo Busiku in the studios, and we'll be updating you much more of what's happening within the city. Back to you, Romeo Busiku.
Well, thank you very much, my brother Stephen Mbida, reporting live from Namirembe Road, as was talking to KACITA CEO Mr. Abel about